Get your playmat now at lumchopart.com. Welcome back. Do you remember this card? Eosmon. I know a lot of people are calling it a meme deck. I know they're saying it's not good. I know they're like, that's so funny. It's not funny. Actually, genuinely, a really, really good deck. And like, I have played this for just a little bit of testing. We have 4 people in this house who play Digimon, and we haven't gotten the chance to do any tournaments recently with BT6. But we've been building decks and we've been testing them out against each other. We've been checking out lists online, building that, trying it out against each other. I can tell you, this deck is not bad. And I have won with it a good few times. It's the first deck of BT6 that I have built, and I've been testing it out against Eosmon. I've tested it out against Bond of Friendship. I've yet to test it out against Bond of Courage, but I've tested it out against the Musketeers deck as well. And like, it holds its own. It's actually not a bad deck, guys. This deck is actually, it's left me speechless on multiple occasions, and I'm gonna show you how, okay? We're gonna get into this deck profile. I hope you are as excited about this as I am. I can't wait to bring it to a tournament because it's gonna be good. People are gonna be like, Eosmon, easy win, and then they're gonna be crying. They're going to be crying. I've mixed it in with green. I feel like that is currently one of the best ways to play it. I enjoy playing this deck. I think it's cool. I think the artwork is awesome, and let's just get into it and I'm gonna show you. Okay, you ready? So we have I have my Eosmon deck here. Let's go through it. Okay, first off, we're gonna go with our eggs. So I just play all green eggs. We have the 4 Argomon and the 1 Pinamon. Argomon, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended, you get to gain a memory, and then Pinamon, once per turn, when you attack an opponent's Digimon, you get to draw a card. Argomon, you just digivolve your green level 3s onto it, bring it up. You can actually build a stack of Eosmon instead of just hard playing it, and then when it unsuspends, you gain a memory. Memory is very important with this deck. Next up, we have the 4 Morphomon. So this is our first level 3 Digimon in Eosmon. This is our first rookie. So this card, you get to, on play, you show the top 5 cards of your deck. You can add your Manola Tamer, or you can add an Eosmon. It can be the level 4, the level 5, or level 6 Eosmon to your hand, so you get to add one of the Tamers and one of the Eosmons. And then you just put the rest at the bottom of the deck. So it's good. You do need draw power with this deck. That is kind of the only thing that you struggle with, but it's similar to like Rookie Rush decks in that they struggled with their draw power as well. But we have ways around it, thankfully. Next, I play 3 Argomon, just the 2 costs on play or free Digivolve. He's 3k, just a vanilla rookie. Usually you'd be putting these on the eggs, but if you do need to hard play something but you need to memory choke, it's good for that. I play the 2 Wormons. So Wormon is good because you can put him on the egg and then you can swing at an opponent's Digimon or into their security, and then on deletion he gets his effect. So you reveal the top 3 cards and you can add a level 4 or a level 5 Digimon. Pretty good. Like, you can add all of your Eosmons, your level 4 or level 5 Eosmons. Then you can also add the other level 4s that we have in the deck, which is kind of cool. I play 2 Kabuterimon because they're cheap to digivolve the level 3 into the level 4s, which is a 1 cost. It's a blocker in case you genuinely do need a blocker to hold off your opponent while you build up your massive board. And it's also a bridge for your Eosmon level 5s if you want as well. Then I play the 3 Togemon. So I've seen a lot of people playing this and I wanted to give it a shot. I think at 3 is actually a really good number. This card has a lot of synergy with this deck. So you get to reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You can add a level 5 or higher Digimon. So you've got all your level 5 Eosmons or your level 6 Eosmons, or we do have a level 7 in the deck as well. You can add all of them, or one of them, and then you draw for your Digivolution as well. Draw for Digivolution first, the top 3 cards, and then if you have maybe like a TK or something, you can suspend that and draw again. So this is really good for your draw power. Next, we have 4 of the level 4 Eosmons. This card is really cool. So it's an on-play effect card. So when you play it, you get to play 1 white tamer from your hand without paying its memory cost. The downside of it is your opponent gets to also play a tamer from their hand. But the majority of the time, from when I've been playing it, my opponent has not had a tamer in their hand, so it's not actually the worst card. And honestly, if they do have tamers on board, it isn't always a downside for you. I know they do get their memory and stuff like that, but the level 6 Eosmon we'll get to in a minute. I'll explain why it's really, really cool. Also, the inherit effect, so if you digivolve the other Eosmon on top of it, you do, when you're attacking, you just get to play a white tamer for free, which is really cool. So without the having to give your opponent the chance to play their tamer as well. Now, for our level 5s, we play 4 level 5 Eosmon, then we play 4 level 5 Eosmon, then we play 4 level 5 Eosmon, and then finally for our level 5s we play 4 level 5 Eosmon. 16 of these Eosmon is the sweet spot for them. Between 16 and 18, you could play 18 if you wanted to. I find 16 works a lot. I will always have at least 2 in my hand, which is perfect. And of course, we know what this does. Like, you can play up to 50 copies of it if you want, but your draw power will be terrible. Just telling you. Just letting you know now. This card is really, really cool. It's like, it's what the deck is named after. Well, all of the Eosmon are what the deck is named after. The whole point of this deck is to get as many Eosmons out onto the board as possible. So you can play down this Eosmon or digivolve into it. Then when you attack with it, you get to bring out another Eosmon. Now it can be a level 4 or level 5 Eosmon. So you could bring out your level 4 Eosmon, which will bring out your white tamer, and then you could digivolve another Eosmon on top of it as well. There's a lot of like really cool interactions you can have with this deck and a lot of really cool things that you can do. And the aim of it is to swarm the board as much as possible. It is like a ultimate level rookie rush, basically, but with a little spice, I guess. Next up for our level 6s, we play 4 of the Eosmon level 6s, the Megas. Then when digivolving, for each tamer in play, you may place 1 level 5 or lower Eosmon from your trash to the top of this Digivolution card in any order. Now that doesn't only mean your tamers, that also means your opponent's tamers. So if you have 2 tamers, your opponent has 2 tamers, you get to add 4 Eosmon from your grave to the top of this to the top of its stack. Then if you're placing 2 or more Eosmon by this effect, you just get to straight up delete a Digimon. Doesn't matter what its DP is, you just get to straight up delete it. Card is very cool. On top of that, for every 3 Digivolution cards it has underneath it, you get +1 security check. So the card is actually like a very decent card. I also play 1 Puppetmon for those games when you just need to stun your opponent while you continue to set up your board. So on to our level 7s, we only play 1 of them, and I played the Armageddonmon. Actually works really well with this deck, which is kind of cool because it can digivolve onto a white Digimon. So our level 6 Eosmon is a white Digimon, so once you finish deleting your opponent's Digimon and you've attacked for the extra security you need, you can go into your Armageddonmon for 3. So this is kind of cool because the Digivolution of it stops the Digivolution effects of all of your opponent's level 7 Digimons. So bye-bye Omnimon Digivolution effects. Then onto our tamers, we play the 4 Manoa Bellucci, who disappointingly from the show is not Italian. I feel like Bellucci is a very Italian name. This card is so cool. This is really, really good. She's a memory fixer, first of all. Then also, when you play an Eosmon, you can suspend her, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and add a tamer or add an Eosmon. So she's just an extra draw card. Also, for her final effect, all of your opponent's tamers do not unsuspend while we have an Eosmon in play, which the majority of the time we're going to have an Eosmon in play. So during the unsuspend phase, they can't unsuspend. Next up, I'm playing 2 Takumi Aiba. So because this deck struggles a little bit with draw power, I find that Takumi is actually a really, really good card for this deck. So obviously level 3 or level 3 Digimon, when they attack they lose memory, which is good for us because the majority of the Digimon we're attacking with will be level 4 or level 5 or higher. Then also when you're digivolving into anything, so if you're digivolving the level 4 into level 5 or any of our green Digimon, you can suspend him and draw a card. Free draw. Easy peasy. So he works really, really well with this deck, I think. I know some people are playing the tie and the mat, that if your opponent has a level 6, you gain 2 memory, which is also a really good card for this deck, but instead of playing 1 of each, I actually opted for the 2 Takumi because in my locals, Rookie Rush is rampant, and this card is more beneficial for me. And then finally, our option cards. We play Cutting Edge. This card is really, really, really cool. You can play it. You play 1 level 5 or lower Eosmon from your hand, without paying its memory cost. And then you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a DP less than or equal to the Digimon you played. So if you're playing your level 5 Eosmon, that's 6000 DP. So you can just straight up delete a Digimon with 6000 DP or less, the majority of the time. And then obviously when it's in your security, you just get to activate it for free as well. So that is it for the deck profile, guys. It's an interesting one for sure, I think. I'm going to be playing around with it a lot, and I will be taking it to my locals and continue to test it, and I'll let you know how I get on with that. But in the meantime, if like me you are a diehard Eosmon fan, I got where she was coming from in the movie. I understood her. I get you, girl. I understand. Yeah, so let me know what you thought of the deck, if you like it, if you hated it, if you think you could be doing something completely different. But like I said, the deck is good. It synergizes with itself very, very well, and every time I've drawn a hand, I have not bricked with it. So it's not a bricky deck at all, which is great. You always have some playable hand. If you decide to build this deck, let me know how you get on. I guess like, subscribe, all that jazz. And then I will see you next time.